Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for May 27, 2022, and I've actually got two rows of new arrivals. This is probably the biggest new arrival, except for maybe Record Store Day, that I've had in 2022. A lot of great stuff. One Steps, Mobile Fidelity restocks, Analog Productions restocks. I'm going to add some stuff to the top 100 imprint analog records list you should own. All kinds of killer stuff. So where to start? Let's start with also a killer list of pre-orders that have recently been announced. The first one, it took me a little while getting it up. Lester Young from Sam Records. Sam Records no longer, they're using a distribution chain, so things got changed a little bit, so there was a little delay in getting the information to offer this pre-order. That was the hang up on this, but they are doing a repress of their Lester Young. It's not really a repress though, because this has a bonus 10-inch record in it. They did the 12-inch, the album itself, 10 years ago. This new version comes with the bonus 10-inch. That's coming out sometime July. Cake's Fashion Nugget finally got announced for a repress. That's it's pretty good. A lot of people. I had a Cake, the box set from Record Store Day. I bought in a collection. It sat in there for years, and so many people wanted to own that Cake box set just for Fashion Nugget, but they didn't want to pay the money, because they only wanted Fashion Nugget. So that is getting a repress, I guess you would say, because it hasn't been out on vinyl for quite some time. Mobile Fidelity announced a while back Alan Parsons' Eye in the Sky, 45 RPM double disc. They never really offered it for pre-order, which was kind of interesting, because sometimes they'll offer stuff for pre-order years in advance. This one, they just recently announced this for pre-order. But I've got that on the website. This actually comes out June-ish, with Mobile Fidelity. With the audiophiles labels, it's always an ish. It's not like when Universal says the title comes out July 4th, it comes out July 4th. But I'm thinking it's going to be sometime in June. They haven't given an official release date, but me piecing together kind of some info, I'm leading it to believe it's coming out in June. July 15th, they're doing a deluxe version of the Beastie Boys, Check Your Head. It's like a 4 LP box set. They also announced two Blue Note Classic titles, raised the price a little bit. They're now, official retail is $27.99. So what do? We went from $24.99 when they originally came out as a 80th series into Classic Series, $24.99. Then they raised it to $25.99, and now we're at $27.99. I've been talking to you guys. People have been emailing me recently. Oh, you hear about the price increases? I've been telling you guys for a year, every single week, something, a large quantity of stuff is going up, and that's no exception. The Tone Poets, I think, went from $34.99 to what are they, $38.99, almost $40. So it's a reoccurring thing now. So Don Wilkerson, Pete Preach Brother, and George Barat Extension, both Blue Note Classic titles, coming out July 15th. Okay, where do I start? Well, let's start with the two records I'm going to add to my imprint analog records list you should own. First one, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? So let's talk about this record for a little bit. A little weirdness going on here. This is the USA produced version of this record with the vinyl pressed at precision. This is what you want to look for. So there's actually a European version of this record out there that has this hype sticker that says cut direct analog mastering by Kevin Gray at Coherent, but it was not actually done by Kevin Gray. It was done by another mastering engineer from a digital file. This is the version you want. Cut by Kevin Gray at Coherent, but pressed at precision. They're using the Kevin Gray plating, the metalwork. The other factory is not. I'm putting this on my top 100 imprint analog list. The first disc is analog. The second disc, probably not. That has the bonus tracks. Really heavy duty, thick cardboard cover. I mean, this is a solid record. It sounds dynamite. Really good. Really good. Kevin Gray doesn't really put out a lot of duds, does he? And that's why we have the second record going on my top 100 imprint analog you should own list. This is going to replace, I guess, theoretically, the Cranberries title. I was a couple short anyways. More of the Monkees, also cut by Kevin Gray. This was a run-out groove title, and the reason I didn't really give this much consideration the first couple of times I saw this was run-out groove is typically a one-and-done type of thing. But for some reason, I keep seeing stock of this at my distributor. So as of now, this is an imprint record. That might go away because, again, it is numbered on the back. So how many of these they're going to do, I'm not really sure. But that's not typically been the case with Run Out Groove in the past. Typically with Run Out Groove, I order it one time and it's gone. So I don't know what the deal is. But here, heavy gatefold jacket. They actually store the records in their sleeves in between the gatefolds. So you're not going to worry about seam splits because the record is not in the jacket. Cut by Kevin Gray, at least the first disc. This is similar to the Marvin Gaye What's Going On, to where it has bonus tracks. But this sounds dynamite. You're never going to find Near Mint Monkey records anyways. And if you do find Near Mint Monkey's records, they're not going to sound this good. So this is worthy of the top 100 imprint analog records you should own list. So both of these are now on there. Probably two of the best Blue Note classics I've seen in quite some time. Two albums that are extremely difficult to find and extremely expensive. My favorite, and this is one of the best titles ever put on Blue Note, Ronnie Foster, Two-Headed Fripp. He actually has a new album coming out as well. I'll have that up for pre-order as well in the next day or two. Don't know how it's going to be. I don't think he's done a record in many decades. This record is absolutely fantastic. This is not your traditional hard bop era Blue Note. This is straight funk. Go online. I'll tell you if you want, you're like, oh, Mike says this record's good. If you want to judge this record, title track, Chunky. Side 1, track 1. Go online, listen to Chunky. If you like that, you're going to like the record. But this record is fantastic. Another record that super great record, difficult to find, $100+ record. Brother Jack McDuff's Moon Rappin', been sampled a million times. Slight exaggeration. Don't text me in the comments. But it's been sampled many times. Fantastic record. Both extremely difficult to get. So yeah, all new this week. Let's go over a few box sets. Box set number 1, Eric Clapton's Unplugged. Mobile Fidelity. This is sold out everywhere. I've got a few of these left. I've had them on the website actually for a couple of days. They haven't sold out. They did 10,000 of these. This is sold out from Mobile Fidelity, pretty much everywhere else. I'm looking on eBay. People are paying $200+ for this record. I've got it on the website, theingroove.com, for retail, $124.99. Now is your time, because when it sells out, like every single Mobile Fidelity one-step, there's none of them that go for below retail. They're all $150, $160 to $2,500, $3,000, Santana, Abraxas. So now is your time. All right, so another box set. This is one I'm actually looking forward to. Norah Jones, Come Away With Me. You've got the original album remastered. Then you've got demos, first session demos, 22 unreleased tracks, book, liner notes. So an elaborate box set. But at least the album itself has been confirmed to be all analog, cut from the original master tape. Joe Harley actually said in an interview that the album itself, he doesn't know about the bonus tracks, but the album itself is all analog. So cool box set. That is now shipping. All right, we've got more box sets. I was wondering about this because I had a bunch of these for pre-order. The anniversary of the album was just an absolute debacle. They sent, I sold hundreds of them and they sent like 5 and they ended up dumping all of them on Amazon. But that's not the case with the box set. I got plenty of the box set. And the box set is actually cool. Forget about the album itself. If you want just the album, the anniversary is not the way to go. You want the Bernie Grundman cut from the original master tape, right? We've talked about this. I've done shootout video of it. That's what you want. But this is cool because it's 8 LPs, 180 gram plus the 7-inch. So that's essentially the anniversary is stuck in here. But what you're getting in here is just 4 dynamite Nirvana concerts. So we've got Nirvana live, and these are 4 concerts. They're all doubles. Live in Tokyo, 1992. Live in Melbourne, 1992, February. Live in Del Mar, California, 1991. And live in Amsterdam, 1991. So you've got 4 Nirvana concerts. Fantastic. All on vinyl. Then you've got 77 total tracks. So 53 of the tracks that are on those concerts have been unreleased. They're unreleased. Then you got a 40-page hardcover book with unreleased photos. I mean, this is really cool. This is a massive box set, but that's the book. You can kind of see it there. I mean, this is a beefy box set, so that's pretty cool. Where are we putting the box set? We're running out of space, so let's set it on the counter. All right, and then got some SACD restocks too. The Jimi Hendrix UHQR is shipping. It is going to take me through the weekend to get all the pre-orders of this out. So if you've got to pre-order this, know that it's coming soon, but it's going to take a little bit of time. These I could ship 10 different orders of this record here and the amount of time it takes to package. If you've ordered these in the past, I have a very bulletproof box that I put these in. It's time consuming, it takes time. So give me the weekend to get these shipped off, but they are finally here. I've got some left over on the website. This is another title that is in stock, but for some reason people are paying hundreds of dollars on eBay. Discogs, I have absolutely no clue why. I don't know why people are doing that, but yeah. Retail, $124.99. So we've got that. Let's just set it there. Okay, Huge Analog Productions restock here, CDs and vinyl and some of the newer jazz titles. I'll show you those. But let's go through the rest of this week's new arrivals. Peter Gabriel, Soundtrack to Birdie. Peter Gabriel's Passion. All records that are actually relatively difficult to get, from the dark ages of vinyl. Got some Mars Volta restocks. These have kind of trickled in and been difficult to get and sell out quickly. There's a few more that I think I have in stock. What is this? The Bedlam in Goliath. But Deloused is the one that I've got in this week that everybody's after. This will sell out really quick. I remember a time where and it's probably still quite expensive, the only way to get this was the Music on Vinyl picture disc that was horrible sounding and went for like 500 bucks. I cringed every time somebody brought one in because I hate to buy a $500 picture disc from anybody. But as a store, sometimes you buy stuff that you don't want to buy. Tears for Fears, The Tipping Point. Really good reviews on this record. I think they're touring it now. This is the picture disc version. We have a new version of Bill Evans at the Montreux Jazz Festival. This is done by, what is this? Elemental. They do a lot of record store day releases. I don't know how this sounds. It's reasonably priced, a mid-$20 record. My opinion is probably never heard this. Speaking out my butthole here, but I would buy the Analog Productions cut from the master tape, right? Probably going to sound better than this. I know the artwork is a little better than this, but if you don't want to spend the money, yeah, buy this one. So there you go. A little restock from some Japanese titles. I've showed these in the past, but I'll kind of go over it again. Sony opened up a plant in Japan. They are now pressing records again. Doesn't seem like a lot because I'm not getting a lot of stuff from there, but it is to the same quality standards as the 80s. We're talking ultra silent, super quiet vinyl records. Might be that Sony plant, and you can buy one of these and kind of tell me what you think. That Sony plant next to the the VR900 that they use on the Mobile Fidelity Super Vinyl and a couple other crap one steps. This stuff is probably the quietest vinyl that's being produced now. This was the introductory record, the very first record pressed at the plant when they opened back up. Billy Joel's 52nd Street. And there is some other stuff I got, some restocks on. Ryuichi Sakamoto, this is, what is this, left-handed? Oh man, I forget the name of this record. Got an original of it too. This whole series was done by Bernie Grundman. It's funny because, the Japanese, they know Bernie's the man. So you want a good sounding record, even if you're doing everything in Japan, send it off to Bernie. But yeah, the only thing on this record in English is vinyl mastered by Bernie Grundman. Let's see, some of these may or may not be pressed at Sony Japan. A few of these are Sony mastered titles that were pressed in Europe, sent back to Japan. But Milestones, I think this is a new title. One of the things too, guys, don't email me. The Japanese do not shrink wrap their records in my experience. They typically sell records in kind of this type of fashion to where it is a resealable Japanese sleeve. This particular title, they actually have the jacket, but they put it in a 12-inch DJ sleeve. This is a new record from Japan. This is how they don't shrink wrap records. Maybe some stuff, but typically not the stuff I get, and I get it direct from the Japanese distributors. This is Coltrane Sound in mono. Again, same thing. Let's see. Yeah, my Japanese is not very good, but yeah, this is pressed actually at optimal. So I think they do the metal work in Japan and pressed at optimal. Discs are sent back, packaged up for the Japanese market. This is Sony, so this is, the Sony titles typically are all pressed Sony Japan, right? Barney Weiland. And there's some few other titles in the system. These are restocks. I should have saved them at the end, but too late. If you search like Japanese import LP or Japanese LP, what I carry import-wise, will pop up on the website. A.V. Kaplan, Floating on a Dream. The new Harry Styles, which, I don't know, hasn't been wildly successful for me, but I guess with this stuff, you know. Sometimes I get stiffed because Fine Line sold like crazy. I ordered a bunch of these. Not selling as well. The first Billie Eilish record sold like gangbusters. Second one, not as much. So yeah, if you want it, please buy it. They're clogging up the back room. I think these are, yeah, let's see. Roxy Music, remastered and cut half speed from the original quarter-inch tapes at Abbey Road Studios, London. Boy, that really sounds like an all-analog pressing of this record. I'd love to get some clarification on that. But remastered and cut, or remastered then cut? You see, this is where you get a little wordy, and I tell you guys, you got to be careful. But reissue of Stranded. Oh, another Japanese title. Bill Evans, Live in Tokyo. Sony release, so pressed at Sony Japan. All right, we got a restock. Actually, no, these are new. The Merciful Fate. What is this? Don't Break the Oath. This is yellow and red marble vinyl. They're doing a run of a bunch of their stuff on multicolored vinyl. Pink Fairies, King of Oblivion. Oh, this is super limited. Electric Blue 180 gram heavyweight vinyl, limited to 500 copies. This is actually a really good record. The new Doja Cat. Don't know what a Doja Cat is. I know I'm way out of the times. But apparently she's the thing. Cool looking cover. Maybe awesome photo on the back. I dig it. I have no idea what this is. I'll probably give it a listen. Probably not my thing, but you never know. This is cool. Fu Manchu. My Wave. And they're actually knocking off the Surf Punks cover. Really cool. Flower Traveling Band. This is a fantastic psych record. Goes for 1,000 plus. Japanese band. Check it out. Doesn't that look good? Bunch of naked Japanese guys riding Harleys. Or, you know, I don't know if they're Harleys. Probably Hondas, you know. I don't know if you give... Oh, yeah, they are Hondas, huh? See that? But, yeah. They do a lot of covers on this. Sabbath, they do some really good. This was, I had a Japanese version of it a while back, sold out immediately. It came out for Record Store Day a while back, sold out immediately. But it's one of those psychedelic holy grails. I mean, it's a good record. Dream Theater, what do we got here? Falling into Infinity demos, 1996 to 1997. We got silver and transparent blue vinyl, so two different color options. Let's see, the Sex Pistols. New 20-track 2LP retrospective, the original recordings. Let's see, does it have My Way on it? Oh yeah, probably my favorite track they did, which was just a cover of My Way. You know, Frank Sinatra, My Way, Elvis did My Way. But their version of My Way is great. I think it was on, maybe it was the closing credits to my favorite movie of all time, second favorite movie of all time. That'd be Goodfellas. But iconic cover, I think. Fantastic. Reissue from Kraft. Let's see, Taking Back Sunday. Cool cover. It's kind of this gatefold with a top cut. 2 disc, includes a bonus 10. Okay, so you got the LP and now you got the 10-inch here. Pretty cool. Let's see. This is the Nuclear Bubble Wrap Problematic. Nuclear Bubble Wrap, the name of the album is Problematic. Not problematic, but problematic. Get it there? Little pun on words, little wordplay. Donna Canoni. Ooh, Olivia Newton-John. She wants to get physical. Physical. That's better, right? I don't like. How would you position that? Yeah, there we go. This is the 40th anniversary. Damn. Time's flying, huh? Remastered from the original master tapes. Actually, it kind of uses the Mobile Fidelity font on that a little bit. Kind of the way that their font is on their records. And includes a 24 by 36 inch color poster to hang on your wall. Unless you got really small, like maybe like a little tiny house, you can put it on your walls. But yeah. Def Leppard, Diamond Star Halos. Brand new studio album, first in 7 years. This is the limited edition clear vinyl. Made in the Netherlands. Some of those Merciful Fate records. Melissa, Yellow and Black Streaks is the color. And I feel like I already showed this. Don't Break the Oath. This is a different version. This is, God, what is going on here? What do we got here? Different price, different version. Classic series. This is black, so you can get the yellow and red marble for $5 cheaper. Does that make any sense? Doesn't to me, but I don't know. Let's see. What the heck is the name of this album? We're going to go with self-titled, Merciful Fate. Mighty Baby, self-titled. Let's see. It's one of those prog records I hear people talking about all the time. Not familiar with it, though. High dollar record, though. Peter Murphy, Wild Birds Live Tour, double disc. Napalm Death, classic metal album, limited pressing on 180 gram red vinyl. So more Napalm Death. Oh, it's very metal. A lot of metal and jazz in this video. Let's see, what do we got here? Resentment is always systemic. Pennywise, Full Circle, limited edition anniversary clear vinyl. Ooh, we got a lot of albums like Record Store Day. Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. What is the name of this record? Night Gnomes. Culture Factory. Let's see, how many do they do of this? Limited to 2,000 on greenish-ish looking vinyl. Culture Factory stuff always sells pretty well. Don't really know how it sounds. I've never listened to it, but they sell out. What do we got here? Some Girls. Limited edition colored vinyl. Some more Sparks. Holy cow, these guys put out a lot of records. Most of them are actually quite good, though. Even later records, where most bands are putting out records that are like, boy, they were good in the 70s, but I don't know if they should still be making music. That is not the case with Sparks. There's still hope for the world, according to NME. See, they agree, I guess, with my summation of Sparks. Come on, that's an awesome cover. Look at this. This is fantastic. I'm going to have to get this. A, I love Sparks, and B, I've never heard this. And C, look at that cover. Come on, it's got monkeys, chimpanzees, apes. I don't know what that is. I think they're different. I don't know. Totaro Uragorialis. Oh, I have no clue. You know, typical death, doom, metal band where they don't really want you to know the name of the band. Chicano Batman, Freedom is Love. This is the pink and blue splatter vinyl. I remember when they were such like a great band. They were an obscure California band, and now they're big time because we're getting vinyl variants. Decapitated, Cancer Culture. This is the clear black splatter vinyl version. Bright Eyes, Fevers and Mirrors. Nice textured cover. Limited edition gold vinyl, includes a download card. Cool looking cover. Well done. 50th anniversary of Aretha Franklin's Amazing Grace, limited edition white vinyl. Good luck finding a near mint version of this album. Holy cow, there's just some records that were party records, records that were played to death. This must have been one of those records that got played every Sunday, because man, they are always beat. So, really cool. There's a video of this that just recently got released. It was a concert put on at a church, but it was like the who's who was in the audience. Like, you know, Mick Jagger came. I mean, it was really done. It kind of showed why Aretha is considered the greatest. It was really good. Some Liam Gallagher. What is this? The indie exclusive of Come On You Know. And my tag cut off the rest. No, that's the name of it. Come On You Know. This is clear vinyl. More Liam Gallagher. 16-track live album. So he's doing this is probably pretty cool. I wouldn't mind giving this a listen to. He's doing Oasis tunes on this. Champagne Supernova, Morning Glory. Limited edition double orange vinyl. I'm guessing he's doing some solo stuff on here as well. I wonder if this is from his latest tour. I don't know. It doesn't say. Oh yeah, let me see. December 25th. Yeah, it's really specific on when. December 25th. What year, Liam? The Get Up Kids. On a Wire. Bruce Hornsby. The follow-up to the critically acclaimed albums, Absolute Zero and Non-Secure Connection. Not the critically acclaimed ones, fellas, but this is the follow-up to the critically acclaimed albums. Some King Diamond. Conspiracy. We've got more King Diamond. The Eye. Some more King Diamond. These are all black vinyl. Fatal Portrait. Let's see. This came in late last week, actually. So this might have been last week's new arrival. What is this? Esperanza Spalding. A couple people told me this is dynamite. I'm going to have to give this a listen to. The Magnificent North. Orkney Symphony of... Yeah, well, this is not an advertising. In case any of labels, artists are paying attention to me, watch these videos, I'm not sure. Do not put recycled vinyl on your hype sticker. That is not good. I think maybe everyone's too young. I'm not that old, but like the reason CDs took kind of over is because manufacturers were using piss poor quality vinyl, recycle noisy vinyl, so they started advertising virgin vinyl as a selling point. So why are we getting back to the point where we are now putting recycled vinyl on the hype sticker? That is not a selling point. We don't want recycled vinyl. We all, if you're buying records, you kind of know, you're buying a petroleum-based product. I hope you know that. If you don't know that, you're buying a petroleum-based product. It's going to last a long time, so that's kind of nice, unlike, CDs, which a lot of them now are ending up in the trash. But yeah, that is not a selling feature. What is this album, anyways? The Magnetic North. So yeah, get your Magnetic North LP, guys, on high quality recycled vinyl. I know, here we go. I know, I'll shut up, I promise. Yeah, recycled vinyl. They got to stop doing that. I see it a little bit. I know people want to be conscious, but the earth and the environment, I get it. That's not a selling point on a record. You don't want to see that. What the heck am I looking at here? Culture. Migos. Culture 3. Okay. Joel Ross. The Parable of the Poet on Blue Note. All right. What do we got here? New Blue Note. When did this come out? 2022. Alto sax, trumpet, tenor sax, trombone, piano, bass, drums, and vibraphone. Yeah, flute. And a flute. This looks good. We're going to give this a listen. This might be the first listen tomorrow. Grand Funk Railroad. What do we got? On Time, only 1,200 copies. Who's putting this out? Elemental Music. Actually, the same group that did the Bill Evans. Maybe the Bill Evans is good. I don't know. But that Analog Productions Bill Evans is real good. Live at Montreux, yeah. Atmosphere. What do we got here? Lucy Ford. First time ever pressed on vinyl. All right. Well, congratulations to Atmosphere for getting with the program here and putting it on vinyl. Let's see, John Mellencamp's new album, Strictly a One-Eyed Jack. Don't know how I feel about that cover, but you know, just my opinion. Produced by John Mellencamp, also known as Little Bastard. I didn't know that's his nickname, but all right. Anthony Ramos, Love and Lies. Okay, so now let me show you guys the restock. I'll show you the SACD restocks first. You know, we carry a full run of Mobile Fidelity and Analog Productions SACDs. Wonderful sound of female vocals. The legendary Sun House. Breaking Silence, Janice Ian. One of the greatest albums of all time, The Doors' L.A. Woman. This is also, I think, is this multi-channel as well? Yeah, multi-channel. Surround sound, Dave Brubeck's Time Out. I think this is multi-channel, 3-channel. And Niles Lofgren, Acoustic Live. Okay. So thrilled that the Prestige series is back in print, although this first title's on Moodville, but yeah, sub-label. Kenny Burrell, Bluesy Burrell, one of the greatest titles that they reissued in that 50 LP series. One of those titles that I had this on the wall for what, 300 bucks? Maybe a sealed copy? $300 I had this on the wall for? What was it, 6 months ago, 7 months ago before they announced this? But yeah, updated the jacket a little bit. So technically, you know, you got a later pressing. 2001 Craft on the back, although it's 2022, but probably took them a while to get it produced. But yeah, they lost the deep groove, so they're no longer deep groove, and they got a little bit updated jacket. Jacket material is a little different. But man, this series is an absolute home run, and I recommend all of them. Got a repress of Jano Starker. Let's see. Dvorak. Let's see. Double disc. Original Mercury Living Presence title. This is at 45 RPM. Jano Starker. Fantastic. That Bach, complete Bach cello suite box set that they did. I want to think, I had them not too long ago. It's still in print. That thing's like $600-700 online. I don't know if you guys saw that. But yeah. John Coltrane. Awesome. Back in print. This is another one of those records that's a repress from Reference Recording. Reference Recording is an audiophile label. Been out probably since maybe the 80s. I don't think they were quite in the 70s. Original this, I think, came out in 92 to 94. Sounds fantastic. Man, this is dynamite. This is a great record. Great demo record. Analog Productions did some classic records. Maybe this was stuff that was slated for release by Classic and never came out before they folded, but yeah, they pressed these as actually classic records. So these, for all intents and purposes, are the last of the Classical Records titles ever to come out. So that, let's see, Villa-Lobos is another one of them. So it's essentially the album at 33, and then I think maybe they put it in the back as a 45 RPM as well. So you got it both ways. Let's see, Bartok, some Living Stereo. It's been a while since I've had some of their classical titles in print. Really good. You can find all the Analog Production stuff on the website. You can search by label now on the website. If you go to the top, you can search Mobile Fidelity, Analog Productions. I have all the audiophile labels searchable. Another absolutely dynamite title, John Coltrane with Red Garland. Part of the Prestige. They did 25 mono, 25 stereo. The Living Stereo stuff is all fantastic. Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. One of those, if you're like gonna like dip your feet into classical, it's a tune you've heard a zillion times in every movie, commercial, so good place to start. Mighty Sam McLean, Give It Up to Love. The Doors got a little bit of a restock, but not much. Waiting for the Sun. Let's see, Sir McLaughlin, Mirabal. This is actually a triple disc. One of the few triple discs that Analog Productions has done in the past. Shelby Lynn's Just a Little Lovin'. This is a 33 RPM version. I have a feeling maybe they've done this at 45 as well. Natalie Cole, Don't Smoke in Bed. This is the 45 RPM version. I think they did this as a 33 as well. Another reference recording title. If you're a classical fan, audiophile, I highly recommend you try one of these. Stravinsky, The Rite of Spring. Leonard Skinner, Nothing Fancy. This is the 45 RPM version. All the Skinners are great. Pronounced Leonard Skinner is on my top 100 imprint analog records list you should own. But they're all from the series Dynamite. Another title from my top 100 imprint analog records you should own. The Doors, LA Woman. Good luck finding a better sounding copy of this record. It does not exist. Winner of my shootout. Another prestige title. Gil Evans and 10. Dynamite record. Really fun listen. One of his best records. Sonny Rollins, Tenor Madness. All from that prestige stuff. Every one of these records, every one was at least $125 bill before they announced this. Some of them were significantly more. The Miles Davis, some of the Coltranes were going for big money. Actually, I'll show you something. I pulled this off when I found out they were doing a reissue because I would feel bad selling this to somebody for the price. Here, look at this. That's why you got to get these when they're in print, because you don't want to be the guy buying this after the fact. John Coltrane. Look at this. Now, granted, this is the original pressing, but the music's going to sound the same. Look at that price tag. Can you see that? That's 199 bucks. Sealed, you know, and it's original 2012 pressing, so it'll have the deep groove, slightly thicker jacket, but made from the same plate. It's going to sound the same. So, you know, get them while they're $40 and not $200. But they'll be in print for a while. So, I mean, it's not a huge rush, but, you know, don't kick it down the road 5 years. They might not be around in 5 years, but they did just re-announce them. So they're going to be in print for a little while. From the top 100 imprint analog records you should own list, pronounced Leonard Skinner. Great record. Freebird, sounds awesome. Miles Davis, Bags Groove. From the Prestige series. Also, Sprach Zarathustra. One of the most desirable living stereo titles they've ever done. One of their most valuable. This is a Dynamite record. From the Prestige series, Willie Dixon. Memphis, what is it? Memphis, with Memphis Slim, Willie's Blues. Sarah McLaughlin, Solstice. Oh, Solace, excuse me. What is this? 2-disc. And, what a record. Sonny Rollins, Saxophone Colossus. This is actually on my top 100 imprint analog records you should own, because there's a couple of versions floating out there that were cut by Kevin Gray from the Analog Master Tape. This is the one to have. I think that other one might have been out of print. But yeah. Stevie Ray Vaughan, this is the 33 RPM of In Step. This is the 33 RPM of The Sky is Crying. And what do we got here? Actually, I did a Muddy Waters folk singer shootout video 2 weeks ago, if you haven't seen it, but I'll save you the work. The 45 RPM was the #1 choice in there, and the 33 was the #2 choice. I've got both of them. Here's a Dynamite comp, the wonderful sound of female vocals. I remember when this came out, and you would run the show circuit at all the hi-fi shows, and I felt like every single show was... I don't know if Chad was going around and passing these out to all the dealers, but it sounded like this was coming out of every single room. This truly is a demo record, and I sell it actually... I think I sell this more to people who are coming in who are like, you know, they describe to me what they like, and I'm like, all right, here you go. Or I give them the wonderful sounds of male vocals, which is the other title they did in conjunction with Christmas. Duke Ellington's Masterpieces. This is the 33 RPM version. The absolute dynamite sounding Dusty in Memphis. Unbelievably killer sounding record. Can't talk more highly about that record. Also from my top 100 imprint analog records you should own list, Buddy Holly, self-titled. Fantastic record. This has Peggy Sue on it. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Bloodlines. I think I might have the 45 RPM box set. They did it 2 different ways, but the 33 I've got here, I think I might have the 45 as well. So it's four albums. They did it at 33, they did it at 45, but they didn't release these singly. You could only get them as a box set. So yeah, that is it, guys, for a very long video of this week's new arrivals. And again, you can get all this stuff online at our website at theingroove.com. All right, guys, until next time.